What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today I heard an idea or a theory thrown around on the Rule of Two show over on Collider, and I thought it was actually pretty interesting, and I started really thinking about it and thinking about the opportunities. I thought about the opportunities that I would like to see, and then I thought about the opportunities that may actually happen under Disney, which actually kind of made me really worried. But Force Resurrection, and introducing that idea into Episode 9 with Luke Skywalker resurrecting himself within the Force to become back alive and to become part of the story again. I know the idea sounds a little crazy on the surface, but when you think about it, man, like, that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Now, I'm aware that this is something that happened in Legends where no one had, to my knowledge now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a Legends expert, but there are people that could use the Force to resurrect others, but no one has resurrected themselves with the Force. And if anybody's going to do that, it should be Luke Skywalker, correct? So now I would be interested to hear what a lot of people think about this idea, because if Luke resurrects himself in Episode 9 and comes back to become the Grand Master Jedi that we all wanted to see in the sequel trilogy, I think that could be badass. I really think that would be amazing. And I do think that it's not too far outside of the realm of possibility. I don't think it is. But when you think about the version of Luke Skywalker that we got in The Last Jedi, which is not really Luke, that's actually Jake, but it's hard to imagine that Luke Skywalker actually being able to channel the Force to resurrect himself. But again, if it were to happen, I think that there are ways they could do it to make it really cool and really awesome, and I think I would accept it under certain circumstances. With that said, if Luke was to be resurrected in Episode 9, if it actually happened, I think there's only one way Disney would do it. And you already know where I'm going with this. They would have Rey resurrect him. If you have Rey resurrect Luke Skywalker with the Force, if you thought the hatred for The Last Jedi was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. I can't even comprehend how angry the fan base would be if they used Rey to resurrect Luke. So if it was to happen, I think that's the way Disney would go, unfortunately. But I'm going to forget that idea, and I'm going to talk about how it could actually be believable. And the way I would like to see it happen is we're talking about that it's been confirmed that this movie is starting a year after The Last Jedi. I would love for this first 30 minutes to be nothing but Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker after he died or whatever, even though it's so hard because it means we're going to have to see him immediately after what happened to him in The Last Jedi. But again, I'm just trying to figure out scenarios here that could work. It's not a perfect scenario, but it's the only scenario we have. So I wish the first 30 minutes would be dedicated to Luke Skywalker. And maybe he's a Force ghost. Maybe he is trying to channel the Force. Maybe he is trying to figure out how to resurrect himself. Maybe we're a year into the future, so maybe there are serious circumstances going on in the galaxy that he is aware of, and he knows that the only way that he can make this right is to resurrect himself, and they have to show how deep and how powerful he is within the Force and how deep he has to go to channel the way to resurrect himself. The first 30 minutes should be fully dedicated to Luke Skywalker, and then he resurrects himself, and we don't see him again until the end because we see what all the problems that have came up within the galaxy in that year time period. And we all know that whatever's going on is leading us up to a finale with Luke Skywalker coming back to save the day, not Jake. So that would be my scenario with this. Again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not even saying I necessarily, like, that's the only thing I would like to see happen, but I heard this idea floated around on the Rule of Two show. I thought it was interesting, and I started thinking of scenarios, and I said, well, if that was going to happen, then I would like to see Episode 9 start out in the first 30 minutes dedicated to Luke. dedicated to Luke right after he died in The Last Jedi. Ugh. And then we are going on a journey with him to see how he can resurrect himself. I think that would be cool. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, so I'd like some of you to give me your perspectives on this. Has there been anyone in, like I said, I think there's people within Legends in the EU that have actually used the Force to resurrect others with the Force, and I'm not talking about the dark side. So, but tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you think about this idea. And look, I already know if Daisy Ridley, if Rey is the one that resurrects Luke, I already know what everybody's going to think about that. So I don't need you to give me feedback on that because I already know, and that will be an avalanche of hate that Disney, you've never seen anything like. So please don't do that. Please, for the love of humanity, do not do that. Let me know what you guys think about this. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.